Hey Hanson. First bit of news is that I've got myself a brand new computer. Now, we'll have a little guessing game. It's not a normal kind of desktop, it's not a PC. Now, I decided not to get a laptop because I've had laptops before and I've not been particularly happy with them, so I decided to get myself a desktop computer. Any guesses? Now, I could have got myself an iMac, but why get myself an iMac when I can get myself an Isaac? And that, I think you'll agree that I could have gone many different ways with that. I could have had an iMac and had Mac Hanson. I could have had an Isaac, but as it's the birthday boy, I thought I'd go with Isaac. So, with that in mind, let's actually just switch this around onto me now. I would like to say a happy birthday to Isaac. Now, I've done a happy birthday message to Taylor. I've done a happy birthday message to Zach. And I think it's now time that I do my happy birthday message to Isaac. So, November 17th. What do we got, eh? Do you know what? I've got to admit, November 17th is possibly my favourite of the days that we've had so far. 15 and 11. 15 and 11? How about 15-11? Spain and England ally against France. I mean, I think we've both got it right there. That's about right. 1558, the Elizabethan era begins. Queen Mary of Scots is, she died, which isn't great, but she was succeeded by her half-sister Elizabeth I. So that was the Elizabethan era starting. What happened in 1800? Bit of a gap. Not a lot happened in between 1558 and 1800 that I seem to care about. But in 1800, the United States Congress, United States, they held their first ever, session in Washington. So that's pretty cool. 1810, 10 years later, possibly my favourite thing to happen on any day ever. In 1810, Sweden declared war on its ally, the United Kingdom. We were allies, and then Sweden went and declared war on us to begin the Anglo-Swedish War, that famous war that we all learn about in school, the Anglo-Swedish War, although no fighting ever took place. So not really much of a war. It's just like, I declare war on Bon Jovi. I'm not going to fight him, I'm not going to do much, but it's going to be known as the Bishop Bon Jovi War. What do we have next? Massive gap, 1810 to 1973, in which the no, that's not right, not 1973. I've got the date wrong. No, it is 1973. Two things happened in 1973. The Watergate scandal, in which President Nixon told 400 people of the press, I am not a crook. Bad Nixon impression, but again I tried to keep the American thing going. The other thing that happened in 1973, now that I've mentioned it, was that the Athens Polytechnic uprising against the military regime ended in a bloodshed in the Greek capital. I mean, even that had bloodshed. The Anglo-Swedish War, nothing. What births? You got a few births. Danny DeVito, pretty cool. Martin Scorsese, also pretty cool. Joe Laycock, a friend of ours, not at all cool. Douch's dad, interesting. And Jeff Buckley, the musician. So all of those, apart from Joe, pretty good. Obviously, we would have no Douch without Douch's dad, which means we'd have no campaign. So obviously, got to be thankful for that. I think quite nicely that no one. Again, there are a lot of people who have died on the 17th of November, but no one that I recognised or really thought was that useful. A lot of philosophers and sort of people who've done stuff with modern medicine, but not celebs. They hadn't written a tune like Penny and Me. So, and of course, 1980, Isaac Hanson was born, and let's face it, he was born. And he had to do a little bit of waiting. He had to do a little bit of waiting for Taylor to come along, a little bit of waiting for Zach to come along, had to watch them grow a little bit before he could give Isaac, have some drumsticks. Oh, Taylor, that's a nice little piano, why didn't you try that? He came out first though, and he got to choose the coolest instrument, and he picked the guitar, and I think he got it right. So, from all of us here at Hansonatmywedding, I'd like to wish you a fantabulous birthday, Isaac. We will see you a week today in Manchester, and all there's left for me to say is please play at my wedding and happy birthday. So I will now do a spin around back to the Isaac photo. Well, I really need to learn how to how to do these Macs, don't I? What is that? I mean, there's that button, and then that button. Isaac, happy birthday.